Mrs. Rajavi, conferees at this extraordinary record-setting conference, and residents of Ashraf 3. It's true that we are meeting and conferring in a virtual way, but make no mistake about it. The challenge and the threat that NCRI represents to the mullahs in Tehran isn't just virtual, it is actual. As you have heard, we've seen evidence as recently as 2 days ago of that, when an Iranian diplomat was arraigned in a Belgian court along with 3 of his co-defendants and charged with plotting to bomb NCRI's annual gathering near Paris in June of 2018. This is the first time that a diplomat has been charged in Europe with participating in a terrorist act, although clearly the Iranian regime has for years used agents with diplomatic credentials to carry out and promote terrorist acts. These defendants were acting at the direction of the regime's National Security Council and with the express approval of the Supreme Leader, Ali Khamenei. Their targets were Mrs. Rajavi and the many international dignitaries who were present at that conference and that gathering in 2018, some of whom are participating with us today. The motive for this foiled plot was fear. Fear of Mrs. Rajavi, fear of the NCRI, and the threat that they represent to the regime. In November 2019 and January 2020, the people of Iran demonstrated their contempt for the regime and its terrorist activities, and their determination to break free of the restrictions on their freedom. The slogans that they chanted made it entirely clear that the purported difference between hardliners and purported moderates in the regime is a sham and a fraud, and the belief of the people that the regime entirely is rotten to the core. We should continue to press our own governments to continue their embargo on Iran, their arms embargo, and to see to it that the most restrictive sanctions are snapped back in place. The regime's continued maintenance of a ballistic missile program, whose only purpose would be the delivery of a nuclear weapon, shows that its ongoing efforts to develop a nuclear weapon have not abated. The recent explosions at Natanz at the same time set back those efforts, but also revealed that Iran has never given up its nuclear weapons program. Its continued support for terrorism in the Middle East and around the world shows that this is a regime that is not willing to behave like a normal government. Normal meaning a government that adheres to internationally recognized norms of behavior. The only way to end the regime's behavior is to end the regime. There is a ready and available democratic alternative to the corrupt and terrorist regime of the Ayatollahs, and it is the NCRI with its 10-point program for a democratic, secular, non-nuclear republic that guarantees equal rights for all, men and women. And we are here to rally support for that alternative and for the efforts of Mrs. Rajavi and others to end the nightmare that Iranians have been living since 1979. And I say to you that we are ready to help in that we are ready to see that come about, and to say to you, as you have said to one another, and to, as others have said to you, Hazer, Hazer, Hazer. Thank you very much.